The business is an amazing business. Royal Quantitative is an artificial intelligence robot. It helps us to monitor the crypto markets, helps us to trade the crypto market in the spot, help us to trade cryptocurrency in the spot market. Spot market means buying and selling. You buy a coin, when the price increase, you sell. That is spot. You can buy a coin in the spot market and the value of that coin, the price of that coin can go down. It doesn't mean that you are in loss. So in Royal Q, we call it unrealized loss or floating loss. Sorry. So we call it unrealized loss or floating loss because of its spot, because of the price that goes up can also come up, that goes down will also come up. So it's because of the market goes up and comes down. That is why we are using the AI robots to monitor this market so that anytime it comes down, it should buy. Anytime it now goes up, it should sell. So that is why we are using an AI robot called Royal Q. So it helps us to monitor the market 247 because the cryptocurrency market does not go on break. You understand? So that is why we need an AI robot that even when we are sleeping, the robot should also be monitoring the market. It will buy more for us when the price goes down, and it will sell when the price comes up. So because of we are trading in the spot, because the robot is helping us to trade in the spot, we don't record any real loss. We don't record any real loss because of it's a spot trading. We only experience floating loss, means maybe that means the value of that coin has reduced. So all you have to do is wait for the value of the coin to come up. There's no time frame for a trade to close in the spot market. There's no time frame for a price that goes down to come up. There's no time frame. That is why Royal Q now design a system that while you wait, since there's no time frame, it now design a system that while you wait for your coin to recover fully, your robot can be giving you sub profits. That is small profits while you wait. You understand? While you wait, the robot will be giving you small profits because of while you wait and that coin is going down, reducing in value. The robot will be buying what we call margin calls. It will be buying margin calls for you. Margin calls means is a buy order at a reduced price. Margin calls means buy order at some reduced price. So when the coin is going down in value, the robot will be buying margin. When the coin reduce to point A, margin 1, the robot will buy margin 1. When the coin reduce, the robot will buy margin 2. When the coin reduce, the robot will buy margin 3. Remember, as the coin is reducing, that's so your capital is also floating, reducing. So if you enter a coin, let's say $100, and that coin starts reducing, it means that the value, your money that is floating, will be floating down. It will be reducing. Because I told you we experience only unrealized loss, which is floating loss, because of cryptocurrency goes up and it comes down. It goes up and it comes down. So anytime you enter a trade and the coin starts going down, your value, your money will be reducing. It will be floating down. Why it's floating down, your robot will be buying what we call the margin cost. That is buying more quantity of that coin. It will be buying more quantity of that coin at a reduced price. So that as you wait, since there is no time frame for that your capital to come up in that trade, since there's no time frame. What the robot will be doing is, it's once the coin starts recovering small small, once the coin start recovering, the robot will be selling those margin calls and be giving you sub profits. So the robot is designed to give you sub profit, to make you sub profit while you wait for the coin to recover. So that is the business we are here discussing about. The business has been on since 2021. Some people have already renewed for the 5th year. Some people are about to renew for the 5th year. We are trading a commodity, an international commodity called cryptocurrency, which has a cycle of 4 years. It's this business, Royal Q business is not a business that you just do for 1 year and stop. It's not a business you just do for 1 week and stop. It's not a business you just do for 1 month and stop. It's a continuous business. So if you are starting if you want to start the business, you should have the mindset that you are starting, a mindset of when you want to start a provision store. You know the mindset when you want to start with a provision store. You should be looking at, after you pay your shop rent, you should be looking at good capital. But you can always start small. There's no business that you can't start small. You can always start small and grow. You understand? You can start small and always increase, add more capital. You understand? So the mindset is you are starting, you are creating another source of income to your to how many source of income you have. If it's one, you are adding this one to create another source of income to your business, as into your source of wealth. So it's not a Ponzi scheme. It's not a get rich quick scheme. It's not a business that you want to cash out tomorrow. You are starting Royal Q business. It's a business that you are starting to add to your source of income. You can make profit today. The robot might not give you profit tomorrow. Just like you open your shop to sell your provision, you can have customers today. Customers might not come tomorrow. Customers might not come next tomorrow. But customers can come after 1 week, and you will make profit that will cover those days you have not made profit before. That is how crypto is. Some days you make little profit, some days you make high profit. There's no genuine business that will guarantee you a fixed return. So people might say, I want to start with $100. How much will I make monthly? You see, that is why we introduce the business to you and tell you that it's a business like you starting a provision store. So if you understand the mindset of you starting a provision store, you know that you will not be able to answer this question. If I start with $100, how much will I make? Because you cannot answer yourself that question if you are starting a provision store. You cannot say, since I bought goods of $100, how much will I make month end? You yourself, you know you cannot answer yourself that question because the profit is not fixed. So the business is open that you can always add capital at any time. Here in Royal Q, we advise that you should always try to add capital when you see that the robot is not making profits for you. Don't add capital when the robot is making profits for you. Yes, in the space of the robot trading, there will come sometimes that the robot will not make when crypto is slow. When crypto is slow, we don't make profits that time, that period, because most of the coins will not be volatile. Royal Q thrives on coins that are very volatile, coins that are moving. Volatility means coins that are moving. Either it's moving down or it's moving up. Let it just be moving. If it's going down, the robot will be buying more margin calls for you. When it starts going up, the robot will be selling those margin calls for you. So that is the business we are introducing to you today. I hope Victoria Bassi, I hope you are following. Okay. So the business we started in 2021, and to start the business, you need the capital, the shop rent, like paying for this 1 year subscription is $120. Then you are advised to have like 10 or 20 for gas fees, for starting gas fees. As the robot is making profit for you, some fraction of gas fees will be deducted. The system uses that gas fee to maintain the community, to keep the community going, to compensate the stakeholders of Royal Q, which are the team builders, and also they keep some percentage to man as in to for the maintenance of the robots. So that is where what gas fees are. So you are supposed to keep at least $10 to $20 in your Royal Q account for gas fees. Now, in your capital for the business. So this one I explained to you now, the subscription is like you paying the shop rent for your paying for the shop rent for 1 year for your provision store. The gas fees is like you keeping money for light fee. You pay for light fee, you pay for water, you pay for to throw away your dirty. So these are utility fees. So in Royal Key, we call them gas fees. Your gas fees will remain intact with you in your robot, in your account, in your Royal Key account, until the robot starts making profit for you in your exchange. So as gas fees is reducing, you are making profit. So it's from your profit you will now top up the gas fees. It's just like when you are driving a car, you top up your fuel. If you don't drive your car, your fuel remains intact. So anytime the robot does not make profits for you, your gas fees remain intact. Okay? So your capital can be as low as $50, $100, but we always encourage that as you start your provision, as you start the business, you should always try to increase capital. Always try to be increasing capital. You are building your base, you are building your capital, your business capital, and whether the robot is making profit for you or not, you always try to increase your capital because you're increasing your business capital. You are putting it in, you are converting it from naira or your fiat currency in your country to cryptocurrency, which you know that in 2021, Bitcoin was around $0.8. One Bitcoin was around $0.8. Today, one Bitcoin is around 100 plus. Or has it reduced? Let me see. How much is Bitcoin today? So Bitcoin today is around, let's see, 104,000. So it's just like internet. It's just like mobile phone. Just like uh, mobile phone when it came out. So we are still early to cryptocurrency. So always increase your capital because you know that crypto is the future. Crypto is the future. Some people saying that Bitcoin will pass 200,000. And I don't doubt them for one bit because when Bitcoin was 50 something, when Bitcoin was 60 something, people were saying Bitcoin will reach 100,000. And Bitcoin has reached 100,000. People are saying Bitcoin will go to 150. Bitcoin will go to 150, 200. So it's the future. So don't feel bad that you have not made profit today. You are saying me to add capital. You are not putting that capital in Royal Q. That capital you are keeping it in your shop. You are keeping it in your exchange, be it Binance, hold KuCoin, Bybit. They're up to Gate.io. There are up to 9 exchanges you can connect to your robot account. So your capital is safe. You can always increase. You have people trading with $20,000. You have people trading with $50,000. You have people trading with $1,000. You have people that started with $500. You have people that started with $200. You have people that started with 50, but now they are trading with 200. You have people that started with $100, but now they are trading with 300. So as you start, don't stop. Continue attending Zoom, getting the knowledge, increasing capital, building your team. Only you cannot trade crypto. Only you cannot trade all the community coins. Community coins are coins that cryptocurrency that have value, that have community, that have mass adoption, they have followership, they have people trading them. So we call them community coins. Only you cannot trade all of them with your capital because your capital is not huge. So that is why you also as you start the business, you should also try to build your team. Have people that will also trade this crypto with you. You understand? And with that, you see yourself growing. This business have changed lives. The business have changed lives because Royalty also rewards team builders. You understand? This business have changed lives. I bought my first car from this business. And from this business, I've made good relationship. I've made good relationships apart from trading. I know some people, if I want to do palm now, I know someone in this business that I can call that will do my palm. So it has built relationships. I completed my house, building my house here in Lagos in 2024, courtesy of Royalty. So the business has been amazing. It has been amazing. Along the line, temptations do come, just like in every other business. You understand? So, but if you learn from other people's setback, I don't think you have your own. But along the line, when we started, when crypto was not dull, some persons pulled out their capital from their exchange and take it to do Ponzi scheme. And those Ponzi schemes, they are nowhere to be found. Some people lost money, and some people had to come back to Royal Q because in Royal Q, there's nothing like crashing. Royal Q is a servicing providing company, just like your telecommunication company. They provide services. Royalty provides trading services. So there's nothing like crashing because your capital is not with them. So that will be for the introduction of this business to our new prospects. So please, Victoria Bassi or any of our new prospects that have any question, you can just use the chat. The chat. Look at your bottom. You see chat. You can use the chat and answer more your questions. So we'll answer it. So while we enter topic for today, is talking about manual replenishment. Okay. So what is manual replenishment? Manual replenishment is very simple. I will use a simple term to explain what manual replenishment is. Manual replenishment in a business term is you restocking, as in, let's say restock, you buying more quantity of a coin that the value has gone down. For example, you are into selling of rice. You're into selling of rice, and we know the average price for rice, for a bag of rice, is at, let's say, 85,000. 80,000. That is, let's say that is the average price of rice, and you bought one bag, you are selling. Maybe you started with one bag. So as you carry that one bag to your shop and you started advertising it for 20, you bought it 27, you're advertising it for 28. The market price is 27,000. Now, when you, after 2 days, you now heard that that same bag of rice, so the price has reduced. Something you bought at 27, they are now selling it in the market for 25,000. You know that most people that will come to your shop, they'll be pricing that rice for 26, since the market price is 25 now. But you bought that bag of rice 27,000. You're supposed to sell it 28 so you can make profits. But now the market price for that rice is 25,000. People are selling it now currently 26,000. So you see, as a businessman, you cannot make sales that day because the only bag of rice you have is you are selling it at 28,000 because you bought it at 27,000. But now bag of rice is not selling at 26 in the market, in the wholesale, in your shop, in other shop, because the cost of rice in the market is at 25,000. So as a businessman, what will you do? Will you just be looking why other people are making profits? So all you have to do for you to sell, for you to also be in the business, you have to go back to the market to buy that bag or more bag of rice at that reduced price of 25. You buy it and come to your shop. Now in your shop, you have bag of rice that you bought at 27,000. You have that same bag of rice that you bought at 25,000. So now you see you have two bags of rice now. 20, you bought one at 27, you bought the second one at 25. Do you know that if you now have capital, you have money to add to your business, and you are able to buy like 4 bags of rice at that 25,000. Eh? Do you know that if you sell you have 4 bags of rice now, you bought at 25,000, you want to sell it 26. Do you know that if you also add that bag of rice, that one bag of rice you bought at 27,000, the first one, if you add it to this new stock now, these 4 bags of rice that you bought at 25, and you want to sell it 26 now, these 4 of them, do you know that if you also include that bag of rice, that first one, and also sell it at 26, do you know that your total business profits, do you know that you will be in profit? Your total business will be in profit. Remember, the first bag of rice, you bought it at 27,000. Now you are selling it at 26. But do you know that your overall that business transaction, your overall will be in profit? Why? Because of you did manual replenishment. The average price, you have reduced the average price. So that price now, in mathematics, that price now of that 27,000 you bought the first one has come down. The 4 bags of rice you bought at 25 has made that price, that one bag of rice you bought at 27, it has brought that price down. Now if you sell them, you will make profits of 4,000. That 4,000, you can easily use 1,000 from there and settle the bag of rice you bought at 27 and you are now sold it at 26. So that 1,000 we used to settle that one. You have made 3,000 profits. So that is the simple explanation of manual replenishment. It will help you to sell your coin faster. The robot will sell your coin faster. Now, the bag of rice you bought at 27, you are selling it at 26 faster without waiting for price of bag of rice to return back to 27,000 or 28 before you can sell. So you see, number one, number one, number one, number one advantage of doing manual replenishment, it helps your trades to sell faster. Number one. Number two, it helps you to make more, it helps you to make profits, more profits. Because even if you are going to wait, maybe that one, you only bought that one bag of rice 27 and the price reduced to 25 and you have to wait. When the price comes to 27 and to 28, you sell it and you make only 1,000. So you see, manual replenishment, that is buying more quantity at a cheaper price, has made you made, instead of 1,000 profits, you have made 3,000 profits now because of you did manual replenishment. So that is number two. It helps you to, you also make more profits when you do manual replenishment. Okay. Then number three is it brings down your average price down. That average price will make your trades to sell faster. So that is the importance of manual replenishment. Now we will now go to manual replenishment. Let me see. Let me share my screen and see if I can. I hope you can see my screen. So can you see my screen? Hello? Hello?
We can see it, Leader George. We can see your screen.
Okay. So manual replenishment, when your trade is on like this, you click on buy. This buy here, you click on it. When you click on buy, you will now see a page where you enter the amount of USDT you want to buy. Manual replenishment is advised when to do manual replenishment. It's advised that you do manual replenishment when that coin has dip. That coin that has dip, you only do manual replenishment for a deep coin. You only buy more quantity of that coin when the price has gone down. The value of that coin has gone down. You don't do manual replenishment for a coin that is already in profit. You only do manual replenishment for coins that are down. So you see, if your unrealized loss, the percentage is on minus 50%, and you now see that that coin has increased from minus 50, it has gone to minus 40. That means this coin has gained momentum of 10%. Okay, you now said, okay, this coin has started coming up. Let me do manual replenishment. This place, they wrote position amount at the top here. Position amount in USDT. If what I have in BTC, this trade is $100. For me to do manual replenishment, I am supposed to use 100% of what the USDT I have in this trade. So for instance, maybe I have $50 in this BTC, and now this BTC is down by minus 50. And I come to see that, this coin has improved to minus 40. That means it has gained momentum. Note me, number one criteria, the coin must have dip. Number two, the coin must show momentum. That means it has increased, is increasing, before you can do manual replenishment. Number three, you have to do manual replenishment with 100% of the USDT already inside the coin. So if I have 50 here already inside this trade, I am supposed to use another 50 to do manual replenishment. Another 50 or above. You don't use 50 or you don't use below. You use 50 or above USDT to do manual replenishment if the position amount is 50. If this position amount is 100, you have to use 100 or 100 and above to do manual replenishment. So when you do it, you see your average price will reduce. Your average price will reduce. It will come closer to the current price. So that one, it will help. Then your unrealized loss, if it's on -40, when you do that manual replenishment, it will now reduce to -20. When it reduce to -20, if the robot was to do, you see that -20, that is the only time you are waiting now for the robot to come up instead of -40 it was before. So you see the manual replenishment have made your unrealized loss, the percentage, to half. So you are not going to wait for -40 until the robot recovers from -40 to 0 before you be in profit. Now it has helped you to hasten that journey. That is the work of manual replenishment. So you are going to wait for -20%. That means for the coin to just recover by 20% and you are in profit. So that is what manual replenishment manual replenishment helps. Now, we will now go to margin configuration. This margin configuration. So margin configuration is being controlled by the manual, this margin call limit here. You see it's 2. So if you increase it to 5, if you enter manual configuration, you see it has increased to 5. So if you want to use 3 margin, if you reduce to 3 now, if you come inside, you'll see that it's 3. So what is manual configuration? When I was doing the introduction, I introduced what manual configuration is. Margin configuration. I explained what margin cause, what they mean. So they are buy orders, telling the robot to buy more quantity at a reduced price. So the difference between manual replenishment and margin configuration, when I explain this one, you will now understand, see the difference between them. Margin configuration also help you when the robot starts buying them, it also reduces your average price of the coin. So this means that once the robot starts the trade, what the first this margin call drops means, you see the left hand side is margin call drop. The right hand side means multiple buy-in ratio. So margin call drop means they reduce price you are giving them position 1, position 2, position 3 as the coin is reducing in prices. So you are saying this first call now, you see the default is at 3.5%. It means when you start the trade and that value of that coin now reduced by 3.5%, you want the robot to buy your first margin. So that is the explanation. Second call means when the coin from that position, the robot bought that first call, the first call margin at 3.5. If the coin now falls again by 4%, the robot will buy your second margin. All this margin buy will also be helping your trade to reduce the average price. So that is the explanation for the margin call drop. You can always edit, can change. You understand? You can always edit, you can change. But the default 3.5, 4, 4.5. So increasing the margin call limit, you'll be seeing the default settings. So let's move over to the right hand side, which is the multiple buy-in ratio. The multiple buy-in ratio now deals with how much do you want your robot to use. So this right hand side, the multiple buy-in ratio is telling the robot use so amount of money. use so amount of USDT in my exchange to buy. You know that when we started Royal Q, we did not understand this page. So some person might say, if the person just put $500 in his Binance and start a trade, the person will just start a trade with like $50. So that time we don't know how to set the margin configuration. But before you know, in the morning, that person will start shouting that his USDT is zero in Binance. Someone that started the trade with he has $500 and he used only 50 from the 500. So before he slept, he was having 450. But when he woke up in the morning, that 450 is now zero USDT. All the money, the robot have used it inside the trades. Because then we don't know what margin configuration, how they set it, how it works. All we know that the robot was just using the default settings. So you see the default settings means if your first buy now, for instance, this first buy here, this first buy amount is 50. What the robot will do now, when these coins, when the robot, once you save and start this trade, the robot will use $50, 50 USDT to buy the trade and start trading it. Now, for example, the coin did not increase immediately to give you profit, but now reduced by 3.5%. What the robot will do, it will use 2 times your first buy amount. Because it has reduced by 3.5, the robot has triggered for margin calls, the number one to be bought. So what the robot will do now, it will check here, you have 2 times. So it will do 2 times this first buy, which is 50. You know what the robot will do? The robot will go to your exchange, take $100 and buy more of this coin. Now, if the coin reduced by 4% again, the robot will now do 4 times this your first buy amount, which is 4 times 50 is $200. The robot will go again to your exchange, use $200 to buy this trade again, more quantity of this coin. So that is how it will be doing. If it drops by 4.5, the robot will do 8 times 50, which is $400. The robot will go to your exchange, use $400 and buy the coins again. So with this, your average price will be going down. 2, it will also help for your trades to sell off faster. Okay, so I don't know if we have any question. I don't know if we have any question for our new prospects, or if any leader have any, or if any leader have anything to add, or our new prospects. Victoria Bass, I don't know if you have any question. You can use the chat, or you can use the reaction if you want to speak with us. Just click on reaction and click on raise hand. So we'll ask you to unmute your mic so you can speak with us. But if you don't want to speak with us, you can just click on chat. You can chat your question and you get your answer. So is there any question or answer, or any of our co-hosts, our leaders want to drop 1 or 2 things? The floor is yours. Okay, we have a question from our new prospect. Okay, what if I don't have up to the initial capital for manual top? If you don't have, like the example I gave, if the man that bought 1 bag of rice does not have the initial capital to buy, he started with 1 bag, he does not have capital to buy 2, then he can also go and buy 1. what that one will do, it might not, if you don't have the initial capital, so that is the capital already in the coin to buy manual replenishment, it might not reduce your average, your floating, it might not reduce your unrealized loss by half. If you don't, like, you have $100 in the trade already, normally you're supposed to use $100 to do manual replenish top up. But if you don't have $100, you now have 50. If your floating loss is on minus 40, it will not go to minus 20. It might go to minus 30. So it will not reduce it like the 50 by 50%. So you might just see a small reduction. So thank you. Okay. So you can still use the $50. If you don't have up to that amount, the initial capital for manual top up, you can still use any amount to do your manual top up, but the result will not be, it will not be that 50% reduction in your unrealized loss. Okay, I have another question. What happens if the coin keeps going deeper until the leftover funds in your account is exhausted? Yes, if your robot, remember, you have to set your margin configuration according to the capital you have in your account, in your exchange. So if the robot has bought, and it has completed your margin calls, that is, it has bought to the last margin call you set, the robot will not buy again because no capital, because it has reached the last margin calls you set. So nothing will happen. If the coin is going down, it's not less for you to say, okay, like I explained in the bag of rice, if the price has gone down, it's not left for you to go and look for capital to buy more, to open more margin calls, or you wait for the price of the coin to start coming up, and your robot will now resume selling those margin calls it bought. Okay, so do you have any other question? Do you have any other questions for today? Okay. Okay, let me see. Okay, I can still say, does this mean a robot can wait for as long as possible to sell? Yes, we don't have any timeline. Your coins, your trade can be trading for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. There's no timeline. Your robot will still be monitoring the trade for you. So, but that is why we advise always trade community coins. Community coins, the robot will be monitoring it. You understand? Nothing like the listing. So the robot will wait for as long as possible until the coin starts coming up and it will sell for you. So do you have any other question? So if we don't have any other question, no, our leader don't have anything to add. We'll be having our tomorrow's class by 8:30. Please, let's come early, 8:30. If you click on the link by 8:29, you will get into the Zoom. So please, let's try and be coming early to the Zoom so that we can also finish. It's just 1 hour. We come early, we close early. You understand? So please, tomorrow's class is very important. Let's try to come early for tomorrow's class by 8:30. Okay, we have another question, Dokubo. What is advice if price goes down by 40% after all margin calls are bought? If your margin calls Is either you do manual replenishment or you open more margin calls. If you want to be making sub profits, you want to be making sub profit, you are advised to open more margin calls. So if it has gone down by 40%, you can add more margin calls to cover 50%. So your robot will resume buying more margin calls. You understand? So you resume making sub profits for you. So that is it. So do we have any other question? It's like more questions are coming. So if we don't have any other question, I hope Dokubo, you are okay with the answer. Akan, you are okay. Victoria Bassi, you are okay. Because we are about ending today's Zoom. So, okay. Dokubo said yes. Okay. So, I want to once again thank you all my leaders for coming, partners, my team members for coming, and those that invited our new prospects. Thanks for inviting them. Our new prospect, thanks for coming. We wish to see you register and be part of us in this amazing business. And I also want to encourage all our partners, our team members, though crypto is dull. Yes, crypto will not always is not always profit, 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 profit. There are some time it will be dull due to the international news, like because of this war fighting and all that is affecting the commodities, but it will not last forever. That is why we say the business is a cycle business. It's not a business you do this month to cash out next month and do this one to cash out. Crypto will always be cycling as it's going up. It will go up, it will come down, it will go up. The last cycle of Bitcoin was at 69,000 high. This one, we have seen Bitcoin already at 111. So we'll still see Bitcoin at 150. We'll see Bitcoin at 200. So the market is wide open. So thanks for everyone for coming. We appreciate. See you tomorrow. Thank you. Good night. Till tomorrow, 8:30. Good night.